In the previous video lecture, pinag-usapan natin yung IPO model, the information processing cycle in the context of accounting. Thus we have the input, the process, and the output. Bigyan natin ng emphasis sa video lecture na ito, ang input, because today we will be discussing about the elements of the financial statements. Upuan natin, discuss natin ng mabuti. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng assets? Ano ang liabilities? Equity, income, and expenses. Now, umpisahan natin sa item number 1, which is assets. Okay? Etong definitions na ito is anchored on the definition of the conceptual framework. Okay? According to the conceptual framework, asset is a resource controlled by the entity as a result of a past event and from which future economic benefit is expected to flow to the entity. Now, may tatlong termino dyan na kinakailangan ninyong tandaan para mag-classify, para mag-qualify ang isang transaction as an asset or para mag-qualify ito as this one. Okay? We have the resource controlled, which is number 1. Number 2, we have the past event. And number 3, future economic benefit. So, kapag sinabi kasi natin na asset, this is an economic resource na kontrolado ng isang entity. At yung entity na ito, ang ibig nitong sabihin is yung business organization. Pero papaano ba natin nasasabi na nakokontrol ng isang organization yung mga resources na yan? Ang sabi sa conceptual framework, when we talk about resource controlled, yung organization ay merong ability to obtain economic resource, enjoy the use of it, and limit others from using it. So, nakapag-obtain siya ng economic resource, napapakinabangan niya ito, samantalang at the same time, napagbabawalan niya yung iba na mag-enjoy or gamitin yung asset na yon. It means to say, na nakokontrol mo siya because ikaw lamang ang nagbe-benefit from that asset. Okay, that is number 1, resource control. Second, nangyari ito because of a past event. And let me just read it to you. The event must be in the past before an asset is considered. An asset cannot be recognized on the basis of mere speculation or guess. Hindi pwede na, sige, mag-recognize tayo ng asset because hula lang natin or speculate lang natin. A business organization in possession of an accounts receivable, and this is for example, when we talk about an accounts receivable, it is a right to receive cash in the future. Merong kang karapatan na makatanggap ng pera sometime in the future. Okay? Ulitin ko lang a business organization in possession of an accounts receivable happened to obtain control of this asset because in the past, nagkaroon ng mga sale transaction on account. Nagbenta ka, pinautang mo ito, so nagkaroon ka ngayon ng karapatan na mangolekta doon sa due date kung kailan mo binigyan ng deadline yung customer mo para magbayad sa'yo. On the part of the customer, meron siyang pangako sa'yo na babayaran ka para doon sa amount na binili niya sa'yo. So nagkaroon ng past transaction. In this case, there is a past event, we can recognize an asset in the form, in this example, of the accounts receivable. Okay, we will be discussing different types of assets in a separate video lecture. Pangatlo, future economic benefit. Napapakinabangan natin ito, So there is an expected value from the use of it. A purchase by the organization, this is an example of an office supply, kunwari mga bond paper, mga ballpen, calculator, is based on the idea that the supplies that na binili ay mapapakinabangan in the future by the employees of the organization. Okay? So, ito po pangatlong criteria para masabi natin na asset yan, future economic benefit. And once we satisfy this criteria here, these 3 terminologies, etong phrases na ito, masasabi natin na asset po yan. Okay? So, please take note of that one. Now, second, let's talk about liabilities. Ang definition naman po ng liability is that It is a present obligation. Okay? Present obligation. Meron kang pananagutan, meron kang obligasyon. Okay? Yung company or yung organization merong obligation na because of some transaction that happened in the past. No? Kaya siya arising from past event. The settlement of which is expected to result in an outflow from the entity of resources embodying economic benefits. Now, kagaya ng sa asset definition, makaklassify naman natin na liability ang isang transaction kung magka-qualify siya dito sa tatlong criteria. Present obligation, past event, and yung pagsisettle o pagbabayad ng obligation will result in an outflow of economic resources. Okay? O present obligation. Sabi dito, this is something that a business owes to someone and is expected to be paid or settled later. Nagkaroon ka ng obligasyon. Okay? At yung obligasyon na yon, kinakailangan mong bayaran later. Current obligation. May pananagutan kang ngayon. And it happened because of a past event. The same explanation just like in the asset definition. Pangatlo, yung settlement of obligation, kapag na-settle na natin, nabayaran na natin ito, magkakaroon ng transfer of economic resources. There is an outflow. Remember yung flow of economic resources, inflow, outflow. So dito, pag liability, kapag binayaran, kapag sinettle na ito, merong palabas na economic resources. O, bigyan natin ito ng illustration. Kunwari, nakatanggap tayo ng Meralco billing. Okay? Meralco billing. Due date the following week. Usually natatanggap natin yung Meralco billing sa katapusan ng buwan. So kunwari ngayon ay end of the month. Babayaran natin yung Meralco on the 5th of the following month. So nagkaroon tayo ng present obligation kasi nagkaroon tayo ng utang kay Meralco. Pero yung utang kasi na yon ay anchored on the premise na gumamit kasi tayo ng kuryente. At yung paggamit ng kuryente, yan yung past event. Yung present obligation natin, yung babayaran natin on the 5th of the following month. Now, sabi kasi dito sa pangatlong criteria, di ba? Pag sinettle yan, pag binayaran, magkakaroon ng outflow of economic resources. So, ibig sabihin, pagdating ng due date, on the 5th of the following month, pag binayaran natin yan, kunwari 5,000, maglalabas tayo ng pera, 5,000 pesos. So, there is an outflow of economic resource. Okay? That is the criteria for defining a liability. Now, we have your assets. We already defined here the liability. Ang sumunod, which is your equity, that is simply a residual interest. Kaya nga meron tayong sinasabi na asset minus liabilities equals equity. Kasi po, yan ang neto, no? Pag binawas mo ang liabilities, ang mga bayarin mo from your assets, you will get your equity. It is what remains of the business assets after deducting its liabilities. Now, iba-iba po ang tawag dyan. Depende sa type of the organization, yung according to ownership. Pag sole proprietor ka, ang tawag sa equity mo, owner's equity. Pag ikaw ay partner, sa isang partnership, ang tawag doon sa mga equity ninyo, partner's equity. Pag nasa corporation tayo, ang tawag doon sa equity ay shareholder's equity. Okay? Now, pag-usapan naman natin ang income and expenses. Actually po, yung assets, liabilities, and equity, ito po ang mga elements na tumutukoy sa financial position sa balance sheet. Now, ito naman yung income and expenses, ito naman yung may kinalaman sa financial performance. Yung makikita natin sa income statement. When we talk of income, basahin ko lang din ulit, it represents, take note of this one, an increase, okay? Increase in economic benefit during the accounting period in the form of an, sabi dito, increase in asset or a decrease in liability that results in an, anong effect nito sa equity? Increase in equity. Pero, other than contributions from the equity participants. Okay? So, ito po ay may kinalaman sa ating assets, liabilities, and equity. Okay? Nagkaroon tayo ng increase sa economic benefit because either nagkaroon ng increase sa asset or nagkaroon ng decrease sa liability na ang effect nito sa ating equity ay mag-i-increase. Okay? Now, income covers the revenue account and the gains account. So, dito po meron tayong revenue account at saka yung mga gains account. Pag revenue account, nangyari po ito from the ordinary course of business. Okay? Sa pagbebenta mo, no? Kung ano man ang mga produkto na binebenta mo o yung mga service na ino-offer mo. Pag gains, hindi po yan nangyayari or it does not arise in the ordinary course of business. May computer ka na ginagamit sa opisina, binenta mo ito, tumubo ka pa doon, that is a gain, no? Other income. Okay? Now, ang expenses, kabaligtaran naman po ito. It is the opposite of income. Kasi, ang sinasabi dito, decrease naman po ito sa economic benefit. That results either from, hina-highlight ko po, decrease in asset o kaya naman, increase in liability. Kanina, sa income, increase in economic benefit na affected by the either increase in asset or decrease in liability. Dito sa expenses, decrease in economic benefit because nagkaroon ng decrease sa asset or nag-increase sa liability, pero ang effect nito sa ating equity is nagkaroon tayo ng decrease. Okay? Pero other than distributions. Okay? It is worth noteworthy na i-highlight din natin ito, other than distributions for the expense. Sa income naman, other than contributions. Okay? Pagdating dito sa contributions, ibig nito sabihin mga additional investments. Pagdating naman sa expenses, itong mga other than distributions, ito yung mga withdrawal. Okay? So, yan po Now, meron akong illustration ito coming from my other video lecture, yung ginawa ko last year. So, ito po ang ating visual representation ng income. Either nagkaroon tayo ng increase sa asset or a decrease in liability na ang effect ay increase sa equity. Pagdating naman po sa expense, either nagkaroon ng decrease sa asset or increase sa liability na ang effect sa equity ay decrease. Okay? So that income behaves with equity, ibig sabihin, it follows the behavior of equity. Pag nagkaroon tayo ng increase sa income, nag-i-increase yung equity. Okay? Or, putting on a different understanding, kung nag-i-increase ang equity, ganun din po ang effect sa income. Okay? Increase, no? While sa expenses naman, opposite. Pag nag-increase yung expense natin, ang effect nito sa equity ay decrease. Okay? So, yun po ang mga elements ng ating financial statement, okay, which is your input phase, no? Your input sa ating IPO model. Now, if you have any questions, please let me know para ma-assist ko kayo. Especially in identifying paano ba natin talaga masabi na asset yan, liability, equity, income, or expenses. Pero don't worry, we will be making additional video lectures as an example in identifying mga elements of the financial statements. Okay, so until then, I will see you on other video lectures. Bye-bye.